Two, one.
Alright guys, back again for another review. Big Tom.
Damien.
Today we're going to be doing the Squape. It's another Clone Wars.
Yeah, it was only a couple of weeks ago that we reviewed the genuine Squape, and I did say during that one, oh, it'll only be a week or two before we get a clone of it, and lo and behold, here she is. This is a tobacco clone, and it ain't bad.
No.
It ain't bad at all. There's only a few differences. Basically, the knurling at the bottom, drip tip's a little bit different, but there is one exquisite difference. This has a Pyrex tank.
No clone.
No PMMA. It's gone. We now got a glass tank in the clone. How come Stackworm can't do a glass tank? I don't know as standard, but Tobacco can. Look at that. The clones are now starting to outdo the original. Oops, oops. No, that is a bonus that it has a glass tank. If you do use those sort of citrusy juices, those strong mentholy juices, then this tank is bonus. It's held in just the same with some O-rings. It's still non-conductive. It still has that sort of non-conductive coating in it. It doesn't have adjustable airflow though. Come on, clone guys. If you're going to clone something, really try and outdo it. You've given them the Pyrex tank. Give them some fucking airflow on this.
I have a disappointment as well on it. It doesn't have a little guy in it. Ah!
No little guy drowning in your juice. No, he's still not in there, which is a shame. But yeah, this is available now at Kerno Vapes for $34.99, which is a really good fucking price for this. I mean, the original is, the genuine is 115 quid. So £35, you're having a little bargain here.
The only difference really is obviously you said about the knurling, but it's an airy draw. It's a lot airier than the original.
Yeah, the original wasn't such an airy draw. I mean, it didn't have airflow control. This has still got the grooves on the bottom, and it's still got the air hole coming through the 510 pin. But I think it's a bigger air hole. It can be quite whistly. You know, it wicks exactly the same. You basically just have your little groove with your two pins. You slot your silica wick or your SS mesh in there, or your cotton and your microcoils. You attach it with the two little thumb screws, which is great because you can do it by hand. But it's a bit airier. A little bit if you listen. Now, if you have something that doesn't have air control, it's probably a bit better, but I mean, a Pravari doesn't have its own air control, and you can still hear that that's quite airy. But it looks great. The flavour is fantastic, just like the other Squape. The finish is really nice. There's a little bit of a difference. It's a little bit more shiny than the original Squape. The original Squape was more of a brushed sort of finish. It was more of a duller sort of finish. This is slightly more polished and slightly more shiny. The drip tip is slightly different. It just doesn't have that little round groove going in the drip tip there. But it still has its two O-rings, and it still fits in there nice and snug. And it still looks like a rocket ship. You know, it's still pretty cool. Yeah, so you can get these at Kerno Vapes at the moment, $34.99. The website, once again, is above my head there. So go on there, and if you've always wanted a Squape but you didn't justify paying 115 quid before it was delivered, then, or if you still want one but you're not too sure, pick one of these up, use this for a while, see what you think. And I have told you this one is a little bit airier, so some of you might like that, some of you might not. But yeah,
as we state with these clones, it's always good if you're going to buy the original and you want to test and get it for a cheap price before you go out and spend that expensive price on a nice original. You might as well go out and get this.
Yeah,
why not?
It looks the part. It's really cool. I like the Squape. I liked the original. I liked it so much I sold it. No, well, I tried it and I wanted something else, but yeah, I did like it. I thought it was cool. It still has that conductive coating on it. I don't think it's exactly the same material
Yeah.
as what's in the original. There's a different colour to it. It's a different. I can't, you know, but it is non-conductive. I have tried it. It doesn't short. It does work exactly the same as the original Squape by Squape. But £35, £35 is a bargain. You know, if you've had some Christmas money, then you could do a lot worse than spend it on something like this. You know, this or the K-Fun clones that are over there at Gary's Kerno Vapes. I still love the look of this atomizer. It really is different, you know what I mean, compared to all the others coming out. It's really got a great look. You know, you'll still be able to get the steel tank for this. The chimney works exactly the same. Unfortunately, these don't come with the Allen key that you're meant to use to remove the chimney, but it's only a 2.5mm Allen key. You can pretty much pick them up anywhere for next to nothing. You know, I had one in my junk drawer. Nice and easy, so the chimney comes out as did before. But yeah, these ones don't come with an Allen key. It does come with some silica wick and bits and pieces in the box, but no Allen key with this, which is a little bit of a downer. But like I said, for £35, you're not going to worry about spending 80 quid on an Allen key, are you, to make up the difference? So you go out and get an Allen key, it's going to cost you like a nugget. So no, job done.
All you're doing it to remove your bell, that's all you're doing it for, right?
That's it. Once you take your bell end out, job done, innit? You just slide it back in, you know. Right, well, I have wicked this before in the previous Squape video, but what we'll do is we'll go down to the table and I'll let you have a look at it close up. I'll take it apart for you. I'm not going to wick it for you because you know how to do that. Go and watch the other video on that, and it saves me another job. But yeah, it wicks exactly the same. So what I'll do is we'll go down to the table, I'll just take it apart, let you have a little look at all the bits and pieces, show you the coating, and show you it all in its bits. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here you have your Squape clone from Tobacco. Comes in this nice little box with a picture of the actual Squape on top, which is cool. As you take it open, you can see there you have your Squape. And you get some silica wick, a couple of spare O-rings and some cantha wire. Take the Squape out. As you can see, it's very similar to the, it's a really good clone, really good copy. You get your drip tip, which has the 2 O-rings in, like the Squape version. The drip tip is slightly different, but only in a way it doesn't have that little cut-in grooved circle around it. It's just a pretty much straight stainless steel drip tip, but it's still cool. Have your windows, you have your section here, your whole base section here. You can see the knurling is different on the bottom. It's a little bit lower and it's a bigger crosshatch, and that's about it. You can see you still have your grooves in the bottom of the device there, and you have your air hole in the 510 connection as in the real thing. Take off this bottom section here. As you can see, it's pretty much the same. It does look like a different material, whereas on the Squape it's like a grey non-stick sort of stuff that you'd find in frying pans and things like this. This is more of like a golden colour, but it's still non-conductive. I have tested it and it still works as the Squape does. You have your 2 posts, of course, which you can screw down by hand, which is really nice. And inside you get that chimney. You don't get an Allen key with this to remove the chimney, or bell as Squape call it, but it's about a 2.5mm Allen key. So if you've got one lying about, or you can pick them up, just go and get yourself one of them. We take this out, as so, and there it is. It's the same substance that is to make. It's got that bit of a golden colour to it rather than the grey that is with the actual Squape. And inside here is a massive difference there. You've actually got a Pyrex glass tank, which is a bonus, held in by some O-rings. Not sure if I'm going to get that out in the moment because I might not get that back in, but yeah, it's held in with some O-rings, nice and tight, so you can pretty much use whatever juice you like in that now, which is pretty cool. The original did have PMMA, which is one of its major downfalls. This now has a glass tank in the clone, which is really nice, and that's kicking up because I've had strong menthol in that earlier and it's making my eyes water. But yeah, there you go. If you don't know how to wick one of these, or you want to see a tutorial, I did one on the actual original genuine Squape last week, or in a few videos back, depending when you're watching this, so go and check that out, and it works exactly the same. But yeah, there you have your Tobacco clone of the Squape, which is it's really good. Works really well, looks the real thing, and even has a glass tank. Lovely.
So after going to Button Moon with a Squape, and it's pretty much the same. Obviously, you can see the different coating, and you just got to get your Allen key for it.
Yeah, I like this. I think it's a great clone. There was even from out of the box. There was on this one. You know, I did give it. There was no machine taste. There was no dodgy taste. There was nothing that actually went wrong with it. It was perfect from the get go. It's really easy with silica and to wick this. It's really easy. You know, I mean, 2 pieces of 3mm silica, wrapped 4 or 5 times if you want, and just screwed in. It's job done, and off you go. And it has a great flavour. The only problem is the airflow. Yeah. Airflow control, guys. Airflow control every time on everything. Don't fuck about. Stop this fucking about now. Airflow control on every motherfucking atomizer you guys come up with. If it doesn't, the original doesn't, and you clone it, airflow control the clone. If the original's coming out, airflow control the original. Just airflow fucking control everything in the world. You know, I want airflow control on my door. I want airflow control on my trousers. I want airflow control on my fucking wife.
Good point. Really good point.
So, you know, because for some of you, this is going to be a little bit airy, I personally believe. It's fine for me. I really don't mind it. I'll just bunch up the fucking power on it and just bob's your uncle. But for some of you, you're going to find a little bit airy. But it does have a glass tank, which is a bonus, which is really nice.
If you own the original and you want a glass tank,
buy one of these, 35 quid. And then you've got a spare one of these that you can take to work, fuck about with, and you can just switch your glass tank if you want. If you know, if you don't want the PM in there. That's always in my mind now. PM in there. So yeah, once again, it's a great clone. It's fantastic. You know, Tobacco are really starting to catch up with H Cigar now on some of their clones. I mean, they're getting pretty quick on the old cloning fucking game now, and it's not bad at all. I really actually like this, and for the money, it's a bargain. Once again, the website is above my head there, so go onto the site if you fancy it. He's still got quite a few left in stock, but hurry up because they're firing out. They are flying out. He's got the K-Funds on there. He's got the new Prometheus dual wicked Genesis atomizer there, which we have got to review. That's great, by the way. He's got the Squape, and yeah, he's got a few other bits there. So get yourself a bargain. Once again, spend your Christmas money on something a bit special and a little bit airy.
It's not as good as that whistle you had before.
No. So yeah, that's the Squape by Tobacco clone. It's great. It's really good atomizer. Looks great and does the job that it's meant to.
There's the point. It just gets straight to the point. It works. It's easy to build, and does it? We turn off the bottom as well, just like the Tiffin, isn't it? You know,
yeah, you fill it up by taking the bottom upside down, fill it up like that, job done. It's not airtight, it's not like the K-Fun we have to piss fight about with screws and bits and pieces like that. It's really a simple atomizer to use, and once again though, it's so easy to wick. Using silica especially, it is really easy, and that's what you want at the end of the day. You don't want to spend your time piss fighting about on things. You don't have to worry about fucking if there's something wrong with the coil, if you're not getting those sort of hits, if you're getting dry hits or it's something a bit wrong, bit burnt taste, if your coil's a bit loose, you turn it upside down, you unscrew the bottom, you keep your juice safe, you fuck with your wick a little bit, put it back in, and you go again. There's not have to worry about losing any juice or anything like that. It's a really good way to start doing these rebuildables, the same as the Tayfun. I really do like that, especially if you're in a rush, if like me and you've got 4 kids and a wife who constantly wants you to do shit, then it's quite nice to just oh, I'll be down in a minute. You've got a K-Fun, I'll be down in 10. You know, with these, I'll be down in a minute. It's nice and simple and gets you where you need to be. Great flavour, not a bad vapor production because of it's airy. So yeah, job done. So yeah, thanks very much for watching this review. Once again, hope you have a good new year, and we will see you on the next one. Stay safe.